Welcome back to Fairy Pixel Dust. My name is Heath Johnson, and today I'm going to review a 350 watt moving head from your Pixel store. Let's open the box and take a look and see what we got inside. All right, so to start, this thing weighs, it says online at your Pixel store, it says 62 pounds. It's pretty heavy box. Seems to be well boxed. Looks like it got shipped directly from China. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I have no idea what to expect, so let's see what we find. So there we've got the outer layer off. You can see the whole thing's encased in some pretty good foam, right? So things be well protected within the box as it got shipped all the way from China. So let's keep going. All right, so here we got it, unboxed, ready to go. Well, not ready to go, just unboxed. All right, so as you can see, this is a 350 watt moving head from your Pixel store. They actually got their logo put right on the side of the light here. I think that's pretty cool. Nice job, Minor. With it, it came with a big bag of goodies here, right? So I've got some cables in here, power, and let's see what else we got in here. We'll take a closer look. So first up, we've got DMX connector cable, probably about a 20 footer or something like that. So that's nice to have. And there's a couple other pieces in here. So here's the power cable, comes with it. Looks like a nice heavy gauge power cable. Does it say what gauge this is? It says 3G. I'm going to assume it's 3 gauge, but that seems kind of high. So don't really say on the wire exactly what gauge this is. But looks like a nice heavy duty power cable for it. Excellent. And then we've got the DMX connector to XLR adapter, right? So this is awesome. So we will hook this straight up into our controller here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this powered on. Before I do that, I'll take a closer just tour of the outside of the device here and take a look at it. Like I said, it's got the Your Pixel Store logo on it. Nice little control panel on the front side. Easy to move around, right? If you take a look, zoom back out here. Seems like a very nice unit, well built. You can see the glass in here. So I got plastic shield here, and got Your Pixel Store on both sides of this. Seems to be very well built. This is all plastic, but this is a metal frame. This feels like it's aluminum. And well, it's got some nice heavy duty handles on the sides here. And then there's the connect cable that comes with it. Here's some adapters on the back. So let's take a look at what we got for power, right? So we've got, here's the power port. And then you're able to daisy chain power, it looks like. So you can daisy chain these together. And then we got our DMX connectors here and here. So you go in and out. And these to me look like to connect up to your xLights controllers. So this should make it pretty straightforward for connecting up to your light system. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this connected to my Falcon controller and see if we can get this powered on. We'll go from there. All right. Okay, one more thing. This came in the bag of goodies here. I got some bolts and stuff, and we got a couple brackets. These look like these go right on the bottom here, so that you can attach this to any of those lighting rigs or tubes or whatever you think might fit in there. Let's see. I know our xLights people are going to use a lot of creative things to mount this. So it's looking at, it's about 1.5 inch tube, or 2x4, whatever you want to cut down and mount this thing to. Again, it's 62 pounds, so I'd be probably wanting to mount this to some sort of a metal rigging system to make sure it's held up correctly. But this is kind of cool, so that you can not only set it on something and just bolt it down if you wanted to and strap it down, but you can also mount it to a piping system. So you get 2 of these, one on each side, and you're able to mount it to a lighting rig, like you would see for auditoriums and stadiums, or you can set this on your roof. All right, we'll go from there. All right, real nice connectors, right? It's got the waterproof ring on there, and then it's got the slide-on coupler, right? So screw this on, and it's going to be the same thing for the power, right? So a nice waterproof ring, and then this goes into the light itself. So some real nice high-quality waterproof connectors. This one end for the power, right? It's a standard 120 volt plug. You'll have to get if you want to waterproof this, you're gonna have to get a waterproof covering for this. I know they sell them at all the local hardware stores, especially around Christmas time, but you can buy these on Amazon. And put a cover on this and make sure it's all waterproof sealed on the standard outlet side here, the C13. All right, we'll keep plugging this in and get this powered up with my Falcon controller and see what happens. All right, here we are powering it up. Looks like it's going through a boot up sequence here. See right here. Contrast down. It actually says resetting, and it's going through the process of just kind of figuring out where home is. Okay, so warning on the bat. A little bit on the noisy side. I wouldn't want to run this indoors for very long, but it's going to be cool in that bulb, so it's pretty cool. All right, looks like we're booted up, and we can see on the controller on channel 16. All that. All right, looks good. Let's take a look, and now that we got it plugged in, turned on, we'll go to the software here, and we'll take a look at it in xLights and get it set up and running. All right, so welcome back. So I'm going to walk through. I've got everything hooked up now behind me to the Falcon controller, and the light is all working and working with our sequences. So I want to walk through a little bit of the guide that comes with it, just so you can get a good understanding of how this thing works and what's included with it. So this is the PDF guide that Minor sent me from my Pixel store, and actually your Pixel store. I always get that backwards. You should buy that domain name too, Minor. So your Pixel store, and so like it says here, it comes with the power cable, a 3-pin DMX cable. And looking at those, I do have some X-Connect. Those are bigger than X-Connect. They're just like a kind of an outdoor 3-pin DMX cable that it comes with, and then it comes with a true XLR connector. So it's got those DMX cables already there, kind of for outdoor use and ready to go. Let's see your general guidelines. Don't shake it, operate it nicely. It is an electronic device. All the safety stuff, we can ignore this. It's got cleaning and maintenance for long periods of time. Disconnect the power, inspect it, look at that good stuff. Shows you how to clean the outsides of the lens and whatnot. Just talks about that a little bit. So this is a lamp in this thing, right? So 600 watts, color temperature 8500 Kelvin, lifespan about 2,000 hours, so this should go quite a long time. 3-lens optical group, color system, so it's got 14 colors plus open, which is white. And then it's got some GOs, which is kind of like shapes and stars and hearts and stuff that it can project. 8-face rotating prism, frost filter, a bunch of stuff that most xLights won't use, because we're going to program this in xLights to show a white beam of light. That's the whole idea. White is the brightest and shows best at night, and so we're gonna, a lot of the programming you'll see behind all the sequence vendors, they're using white. Now you can, if you really want to add color to it, you can add color to the sequence, but for most sequence vendors, they're going to program white, and they're going to program the movement, and that's it. So then we're going to just focus on those things. Color programming, so this is a 16 DMX 512 channels, and it's got a 3-pin output. So here's the moving capabilities of it. So it can pan 540 degrees and tilt 210 degrees. It's got some safety devices. Here's the different shapes that come with the gobo, right? So that it can project those shapes as the light shines through it. Some of the different colors and the color wheel that it has. So open, and then 13 other colors. And then it goes through, here's the menu for the little screen that's built into the device. And then as we get down, it talks a little bit about how you can kind of do some manual programming. This is the important part, setting up your xLights model correctly. And I'll make sure that Minor has in the Your Pixel Store website, I'll see if we can get the model published up there, or how he wants to distribute the model for this. But he does say on his website that an xLights model is available, so you can just directly import this. And all these DMX channels are set up correctly, right? So you need color wheel in channel 1, dimmer, stop, strobe. So this is the shutter, as most others would see it. If you have it on 255, it's the shutters open. If you have it less than, it actually kind of strobes and has different strobe effects. So that's why it says stop strobe. It goes through a few different things. And then this is number 4 is the gobo change wheel. So it kind of changes what shapes it shoots through. Some prism stuff, focus. And then the other key here is pan and tilt. And those are kind of the main functions that you can use, but you're going to set those up in xLights. And so that's it for the guide here. So we'll go ahead and close that. Here we are in xLights. We'll take a look at the model here in the layout. So I got it set up here on the left with the 16 channels like it says. You can see it's visible in my layout here, and we've got the pan orientation and what tilt channel it is, pan channel, the color wheel, and then all the different colors set up. I don't quite have the color set up correctly yet, but I'm only using white, so it really doesn't matter too much. And here's the shutter channel, and we tell it that the shutter to open is 255, and that's what it is in the guide, so that when you want the light on, white and bright, and not flashing for some of the strobe effects that it has built in, you want it to go all the way to 255, then it just turns on. And then these settings here, beam width and length, these are all xLight settings for how far you want this thing to shoot inside your display here on xLights. And so with that, we'll go ahead, I'll turn this on and just kind of play the one song that I've got set up right now. This is pretty cool to see it go. And so bring the house preview over here, and you can see I've got the one model in the xLights layout here. And we'll go ahead and we're going to send it to lights and turn this thing on so you can see it go to work. And we'll fast forward to the section that matters the most. And here you can see the light is doing what we've got in the sequence, right? So it turns on and off and dims and moves around as it is programmed within the music. So we'll go ahead and let this play so everybody can see it. and you can see the lights kind of bouncing around the room here, and this thing's working as designed for xLights here. Now I wanted to point out, we'll go ahead and stop this, a couple things, right? So initially when we set up Fairy Pixel Dust, we're using the Dominar Lampa as our kind of our default model, and you gotta map, every vendor sells a different light, and those channels are come in different orders, right? So if we look at this one here, we've got color wheel, shutter, dimmer, where in the Dominar Lampa it's color wheel, dimmer, then shutter. So the 2 and 3 are flipped. And so I just want to quickly cover this. So when you import our sequence into this, and I'll go ahead and do this. It's kind of interesting to watch this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything here first. So we'll go to Model, and we'll delete all the effects so they're gone. And then we're going to go File, Import Effects, and I'm going to grab the effects for this one. And in our sequence data, we've got 6 moving heads. So when you buy 6 of them or 4 of them, you've got the option to do whatever you want here. But we're going to go ahead and map over. So I click Auto Map, and here I got the DMX moving head, going to the DMX moving head. So there it came in. And if we zoom in, it's easier if I zoom in a little bit and take a look at this. This is kind of what it does. And you can kind of see in the room here, it flickers because shutter and dimmer are reversed on direct import. And so it's not doing it correctly, because what it's doing is it's setting shutter to a value curve, and we don't want that. So what we got to do is we're going to stop the output here. We're going to go to the model here, model, and we're going to select all the effects. And now you can see they're all highlighted purple, everything in that row. We're going to go to the remap channel button here and bulk right click on it. There's this hidden button under there. If you right click on remap channel, click bulk edit, this window pops up. Now this is where you do that conversion. Depends upon your model, right? We're currently coming from the Fairy Pixel Dust sequence on the left. We're going to map to the Your Pixel Store lamp on the right here. So we're going to map 2. So all we got to do for this is flip 3 and 2. So 2 to 3, 3 to 2. We just reverse those. We're going to hit OK. And now we'll watch. We'll go back to this. Turn on output to lights. And now, instead of flickering all the time, the light stays on, right? And so what that does is, it flips the inputs and the outputs on these on the data here, right? So actually, we've seen, if you look at this, you can see shutter and dimmer now have different values, right? They actually flip them inside the import process, and that's how all it takes to do the import from what the default is on Fairy Pixel Dust from a Dominar Lampa to the Your Pixel Store light here. It's real easy to do, and everything it takes just a minute to do that. Once you got that imported and saved, you just save it that way forever, and you've got everything working just fine. With that, I'm going to fast forward to later tonight. I'm going to take this outside. We're going to run it in the dark and kind of take a look and see what this thing can do in the dark, kind of see what the beam looks like and cover that in more depth. So we'll see you in a little bit, and then we'll go from there. All right. All right, so here we go. We're outside. I got the light out here. Everything's ready to go. We're at the Fairy Pixel Dust house. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this thing up and get it started so we can see what this thing looks like out here in the dark on a hot summer in Florida. We'll go ahead and kill the lights once this thing boots up. Again, here it is, kind of going through the boot up sequence where it just kind of figures out where's home. I got my controller, it's booting up, and my laptop there, so we're just going to run xLights straight into the controller, and we'll see how this looks in the dark. Be right back. So it's probably hard to see in the video here, but this thing really shoots far. This is a powerful beam from Minar in your Pixel Store. I can't say enough about the quality of this unit. And now that we have it, Fairy Pixel Dust is gonna fine tune our sequences to make this light work even better. Our dimming goes a little fast in this video between things, but we're gonna tune our sequencing to make sure that it's working with this light perfectly. But this light is stunning. If you had 4 or 5 or 6 of these, you're gonna love it. This is a phenomenal light. Again, IP65 rated outdoors. You don't need a dome. Talk to Minar about where they would honor that IP65 rating, where you live in the United States. But this thing is amazing on how bright it is, and I'm gonna attract a ton of traffic with this thing on my show. Check it out. Can't say enough good things about this $700 light currently on my Pixel Store, or your Pixel Store. Your Pixel Store. All right, so there you have it. You get to see the light outside and see what it's capable of with some Fairy Pixel Dust sequences. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out and drop any comments or questions in the chat here below, in the YouTube channel here, and then I'll try and get those answered as fast as I can. You can also email Minar at your Pixel Store. He is fantastic for responding. Drop him an email. He's on Facebook and email and all that stuff. Send him a message. And along to go with this, Fairy Pixel Dust is going to partner here with your Pixel Store. So if you buy one of these lights from your Pixel Store, because you watch this video here all the way through to the end, you're going to use the coupon code here I have in the description. And use the coupon code here in the description for the light that you buy, and Fairy Pixel Dust is going to send you a free coupon to get a moving head sequence add-on for any of our sequences that have the add-on component. So normally we have a fee for that. We're going to give away a free moving head sequence for every light that you buy here from your Pixel Store. So with that, have any questions, reach out to us. Get yourself some free sequence from Fairy Pixel Dust in partnership here with your Pixel Store. Any questions, drop us a line and I'll try and get those answered. And remember, this is an outdoor rated, IP65 outdoor rated. Set this thing outside and let it go. It's IP65, so I wouldn't leave it out during massive thunderstorms or ice and rainstorms. I'd try and cover it as much as you can, but you can feel comfortable leaving this thing outside and get sprinkled on and whatnot. So it really just depends upon your area of weather and what's capable of. Follow the guidelines for IP65, but taking a close look at it, and you look at some of the video that I've recorded there for how the close-ups of it. It's got, you can see sealing and caulk or some sort of sealant around all the seams on this thing, so they've sealed it up real nicely. This is well built. Like I said, it's 65 pounds. The cables come with O-rings to seal out all the water and everything. So this is a well-built machine. I'm very impressed with it. I've seen a couple of these lights now and messed with them, and this is a very nice unit that Minar's got going here for you. So if you're interested and you want an outdoor rated IP65 moving headlamp for your display, and you want a free sequence from Fairy Pixel Dust, the free sequence add-on for moving heads, pick up a your Pixel Store moving head, and we'll have Minar send you a coupon for a free sequence. With that, I thank you, and if you got any questions, reach out, And stop by another time for another video when I decide to do some demonstration on anything else. And if you're looking for some interesting information on something here with xLights that you want me to cover, send me a message and I'll see if I can find some time to actually create another video. So appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.